Hi, my name is Ming. This is Junyip, and this is Eric. And today we are going to be talking about why the reinterpreted and changing face of IP law concerns us as socially responsible citizens. So, Junyip, how did copyright historically rely on inconvenience to minimize illegal or unauthorized alterations, transfer or copying or sharing?
Okay, to answer that question, then, I must first go back into the history of copyright law. Copyrights were created to prevent people from stealing others' ideas, and in this case, intellectual property. They first began with a limit of 14 years, but through the years, they have increased that amount to the person's lifetime plus 70 years, or if it's a big company, or any company for that matter, 100 years or more, which means that the things they're copyrighting will be outdated by the time they enter the public domain.
Eric, have you ever had to deal with any inconvenient copyrights?
Yes. So as a poor college student, buying textbooks can be tough financially. So what some people like me resort to is actually scanning the books in the library, which is perfectly legal as long as I don't distribute it. However, this takes a huge amount of time as I have to sit there and tediously scan 300 pages instead of being able to download it off the internet, but that's protected by copyrights. So do you guys know what the doctrine of first sale is and how it is applied to copyrighted works?
I have a slight understanding of it, but I'm not entirely too sure. Junior, can you help me better understand this?
I will clarify that for you, Ming. The doctrine of first sale is a principle of government policy that millions of consumers use every day. It states that people who buy things have the power to treat them in any way they want, as long as they are not infringing in the owner's exclusive copyright laws. So you can give away, destroy, or rent out the item that you bought. An example of this would be a video rental store. They buy movies and rent them out to people for a price. The copyright owner maintains control over a specific copy only until it is first sold, hence first sale doctrine.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, Ming, now that you understand what the doctrine of first sale is, do you have any personal experience you can relate to it?
Oh, I'll give it a try. Libraries can lend us their books because they brought their physical copies. So similarly, I can sell my textbook from past semesters because as students, we don't need to keep copies of textbooks that we won't be using in the future. But if I buy a digital copy from Amazon, I'm not allowed to make copies to distribute to my friends. Am I right?
Yes, you are correct. Because it is not a physical or tangible copy, you cannot distribute it to anybody. Very good. So, Eric, how are issues of inheritance handled as we move from owning to licensing intellectual property?
In the traditional sense, inheritance is handled by giving someone a physical copy of what they're inheriting. So when we're moving from intellectual property to licensing, the rules significantly change. When you purchase something digitally from a company, you don't actually have the right to distribute it to others.
Okay, that sounds reasonable. Like Steam. Steam is an online gaming client that allows you to purchase games. But when you do purchase those games, they are not to be moved from the account unless you purchase them as a gift. So let's say I have a Steam account and I buy a bunch of games from the Humble Bundle, but then I die. I cannot transfer my account to anybody. It's against the rules. They have it in their copyright. You cannot transfer anything from that account. You cannot give that account away. It is just how it is. So, now that he has told us about the moving from owning to licensing intellectual property, can you tell me any examples that relate to your own personal life, Ming?
Back in my day, I used to be a very prominent WoW player or World of Warcraft.
Wow.
I would say my account was worth a good couple $100, maybe.
That's impressive, man.
It is. But I guess in this case, if something were to happen to me, I would not be allowed to pass this account to my brother or my friend, say. Is this correct?
I think so, because it is saved on their cloud server. So there's nothing really you can do if you pass away.
All that time and money wasted. As socially responsible citizens, we must acknowledge that IP laws favor companies rather than consumers. When we purchase something, we should at least reserve the right to let people inherit what we purchased. It's been a wonderful experience learning from you guys. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.